I think it is the best product of Philippines, and today I'd like to share my experience of using coconuts and why I think it is the best product. I wanted to share my experience because today I am fasting and drinking only coconut water, and I usually drink the water of green coconuts, but sometimes I drink the water of brown coconuts. Yes, and this water it's more sweet and more tasty than green young coconuts. But sometimes it depends of the type and variety of each coconut. Sometimes this is not good, and sometimes green is not good, and sometimes green are not sweet, they just like a water, and sometimes greens are very sweet. So now I'm more experienced in buying coconuts, so I can choose the best coconut for my needs. Just now I bought several old coconuts because they have more sweet water inside. I want to buy coconuts. Also, sometimes before I tried to eat something inside of these coconuts. I forgot the name of it, but it's something like bread, white bread. It's a little fatty, but it has special taste which I like. But today I don't eat anything because I'm fasting. I know that it's difficult to say that it's usual fasting, because when people usually fasting they only drink water, or sometimes they fasting like dry fasting, no water, no food. Coconut fasting it's more easier because coconuts have some nutrients which can fulfill our body. But to have more energy on drinking coconuts, I need to usually drink about 10 coconuts per day. 2 years ago I was drinking only coconuts about 2 weeks. I became more skinny, but it was okay. First 2 days it's a little difficult because the body need to transform to a new kind of food, if we can call it food, because coconut just only have water, but our body can still find some nutrients from coconut. That's why on the third, fourth days it become more easier to have more energy drinking only coconuts. Not like normal level of energy. So if we take normal level of energy, it can be 100%. And when I was drinking coconuts for a long time, about 10 days, 14 days, I have maybe 70-80% of my level of energy, but it's still normal. It's not fasting on just water, because when you fasting only on water it's more difficult. I also tried fasting without water, without food, 7 days. It was the hardest one, but it's a very healthy habit, because when we are fasting our body renew cells, our body remove bad things, remove toxins, and fasting helped a lot for my father and for my mother when they have bad diseases. I don't give any recommendation about fasting. I just share my personal experience. So if coconuts are sweet and tasty, it's much easier to fast on coconut water, because it's like sugar. Yes, it's natural sugar and it fills our bodies, so it much easier to have more energy drinking only coconut. I read that Indonesia it's #1 for growing coconuts, but for exporting the Philippines is #1 country. And in this Samal Island where I live, I already found many different coconut farms. They are different sizes, small mini farms and very big farms with hundreds and thousands of coconuts buying and selling every day. Also, I like to eat coconut meat which I can find inside. Usually I eat coconut meat from young coconuts, because from old coconuts it's very difficult to eat. And also I'm a big fan of coconut oil smell. It's so gorgeous, so delicious. I think it's the best oil that I can use. So coconut oil, it's number one for me. And when I go back to Russia, I usually take several liters of coconut oil, because it's very good for massage, it's very good for drinking a little, not many, and it's also very good for cooking something. If I remember right, it has the biggest temperature of boiling when you fry it on a pan. Maybe not on the first plate, but maybe on the second or on the third place, but it's much better than sunflower's oil or some other vegetable oil. That's why if my wife sometimes frying something on the pan, she is using only coconut oil, because it's more healthier. It's not so cheap as sunflower oil or another vegetable oil, palm oil, but it's more healthier, and for me it's much tastier, because it has better smell, and that's why I'm trying to choose usually coconut oil than other oils. In Russia we don't have our local coconuts, that's why we only have like vegetable oil, or more popular is sunflower oil. So our friends, when they know that I or me with my wife are staying on Philippines, usually asking us to bring them some natural coconut oil, because it's difficult to find coconut oil in Russia. Maybe now it's easier than 5 or 7 years ago, but still when our friends know that we live in place where coconut oil is manufactured, they want only this fresh natural coconut oil. My previous thoughts about coconut oil was about virgin coconut oil, so we prefer most this type of coconut oil. I'm not an expert in growing coconut trees, but for my opinion, coconut trees are growing very easily. So every 6 months you get new coconuts from the tree, and you practically don't need to do anything, because they just growing. So it's a very cheap product, and it has many benefits, and it can be used in different ways. So you can do many different things. From coconut wood you can do some toys or plates or spoons. From coconut you can do oil, you can do coconut milk, which is used in different Filipino dishes like lanka, or I also tried an eggplant salad on coconut milk. These dishes were very delicious. So that's why I think coconut is the best product of the Philippines, because it's very cheap, it grows easily, and you can use it in many different ways, also for cooking usually, but for some other things also, like made from coconut wood. If you like my video, please subscribe and write a comment below. Do you think that coconut is the best product of the Philippines? You can write another product. We will discuss why it's the best or not the best. And I think the biggest minus of coconut, that it's not easy to get it, because it's quite a risky thing to climb such big palms. One time I tried to climb a palm, but it was not so high as the palms that are grown beside me. It was maybe only 8 meters height, or maybe maximum 10 meters, and it wasn't an easy exercise. That's why I appreciate the work of men who are getting coconuts from the trees. I know that usually these coconuts are using for drinking, and also here in Samal we very often buy these coconuts. And as I know, old coconuts sometimes are getting from the trees, and sometimes they are gathering them from the ground. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.